One of my most cherished memories was when I was like 5 years old and my mom had just bought me my first Pokemon card booster pack. The rush of having that pack of unanswered questions in your hand. What will I get? Will it be a Pikachu? How many cards are in here? My hands trembled with excitement as I quickly ripped open the packaging and whipped out my very first Pokemon cards. That was my first experience with gambling. Okay, maybe not quite gambling, but it was addictive. Throughout the years, I've never lost my love of card games. Opening a pack, looking at the pretty pictures, then figuring out how to use the cards to destroy my opponents once and for all and become the truest duelist. Did that rhyme? Look, what I'm trying to say is that I've been obsessed with card games since as far back as I can remember. So much so that I promised myself that one day I'd make a card game of my own. And that's why I made my own. I made every single aspect of this card except, well, the actual production. That's from the manufacturer. All the art is mine, so if you hate it, well, cool I guess, but if you love it, well, there's plenty of my art to see here. I even made the weird font, again, something you might hate, but it's definitely my own. There's actually like 3 fonts I use, but the one I use the most is called Whack Attack, and the other is called Ayahuasca Nights. Keep an eye out for those. To catch on up on what I've been up to, I spent the last year ideating, workshopping, and beta testing my card game, getting everything just right from the card stock to the card size, from the card art to the card faces. I even tried so many different kind of card stocks and stuff like that. I have like a whole box full of like old prototypes. It's a lot, you know, and this isn't even all of them. These are just like some of them. So I've got a lot of prototypes. So hey, if you want to add these to the tiers, I might, you know, I was thinking about maybe signing a few of these and giving them out to y'all. I don't know yet, still working on that. Let me know if you think you'd want potentially one of these old prototypes signed. There's a lot of them. Every single mechanic and representation of that mechanic has been thought out. Okay, maybe I'm over-exaggerating with that part, but what I am trying to say is that I put everything I've got into this card game. Why? Because it's fun. It's fun to make games. It's fun to have fun. Like, I feel like so many people have lost that sense of like play, and I kind of want to bring that back to the world, and that's why I created XCal. The XCal game is primarily born from my love of superheroes, and I've made sure that every single card has some story attached to it. That's why when it came to building the 2 decks, I pulled from this comic book series I've been writing and used the 2 opposing factions as ideas for their cards. Their inherent conflict in the story is now going to be played out by you, the players, as you use these 2 decks to duke it out. There will be founders editions of both decks, so if you enjoyed the Kickstarter and you want to give us money, do all that stuff, you will get the founder special edition of each deck, as well as provisions packages and stuff like that. I will be selling these later on in my own store, a whole thing, but they won't be the founders edition, so that is exclusive for you guys. Early bird special, Kickstarter exclusive, all the kind of good things that people love when they see these campaigns. I did my research a little bit, sort of. So the Merlin deck is based off of Merlin. He's one of the main characters in this story, and he's kind of like a Nick Fury-esque kind of Cecil from Invincible kind of guy, kind of getting everyone together. He's not a perfect person, and there's definitely some things about him and things he does that kind of, you're like, okay, well, maybe this isn't the greatest thing, but I think you can judge for the most part that he does what he thinks he has to do. And all of the characters in his deck are characters you'll see in the story and kind of how they evolve and do stuff, like Odysseus, Eldridge, Baphomet, Marathoner, Samjoko. They're all kind of within his orbit and things like that, and you know, you'll see how that plays out in your fights as well as in the story eventually. Wink wink, stretch goal, stretch goal. And Merlin will be opposed to Tsukiyomi, which is, he has his own deck called the Tsukiyomi deck. I really love the box art. This one was actually really fun. I drew this kind of on a whim, and I was like, really loved it. I was like, okay, this is the box art, you know. I was pretty happy about that. And Tsukiyomi, he's been through a lot. He's seen a lot of death and a lot of bad things happening in the world, and he thinks it's kind of up to him to kind of rewrite history in a way to help everyone out. Yet the way he goes about doing that is very, very evil. No, not about evil, but like, it's definitely like, I'm not super in love with just like, here's black and white, all the good guys and all the bad guys. There's a little bit of gray in everybody. You know, there's heroic things about Tsukiyomi that I think is interesting, while also having that dark villainous turn. So if that interests you at all, well, you know, you come to the right place. And if it doesn't, well, I don't know, you could just make it black and white in your head. Just pretend, just squint your eyes, and the gray will become black or gray. Trust me, it works every time. The provisions package, aka the booster packs, will add new cards to your roster, so you can add more variability and personality to your decks. As of right now, there's around 135 cards ready to be played with by you lovely folks, with 3 more decks on the way, hopefully within 3 to 4 months of this Kickstarter, with more characters and ways to dominate the battleground. As for now, I'm ready to say that the game is completely ready for play, from the booster packs to the card decks. So what's the catch? Well, these things take a lot of money and a lot of time to make, and your boy's kind of broke, so I'm here to ask you, give me money. Okay, well, maybe not that aggressive, but you get the idea. I'm ready to ramp up production, and I need y'all's help to get that started. Don't worry, you're not going to leave here empty-handed. A big part of this Kickstarter is to help me get my game started, but to also get that game into your hands as the founding investors. That means all kinds of goodies that I'll get into right now. Hello all. Welcome back to today's Kickstarter haul. All kinds of good things are coming to you. Check out the tiers. I ran out of rhymes. Okay, yeah. Well, welcome everybody. Today we're here to talk to Kickstarter tiers that you can get if you donate to our Kickstarter today. So let's start right off, Jameson. Let's go right to the numbers. At the $5 tier, let's show them what they get. Yeah, that's right, Jameson. We get $5 tier lists. We get the digital phone wallpaper set plus a PDF version of the book. That's right, the XCal book. I wrote an entire book just to talk about the game design and all of it, all the art, all kinds of goodies. You're gonna love it, people. You're gonna love it. Digital print, full color, everything, yada yada yada. Yours for $5. Now let's go on to the next tier, Jameson. We have the $10 tier, which you get all of the above, as well as the physical game board. That's right, the physical game board can be yours. Isn't that a great deal? That's a great deal. I think. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Shit. Okay, Jameson, at the $25 tier, we're going to have all of the above, including the provisions packages, which are basically booster packs. Don't tell anybody else. You get that one. You're going to get 15 cards in each single pack. They're going to be randomized, I hope. The manufacturer is still getting back to me on that. Probably not, or I'll have to do it myself. We'll figure out a solution, but don't worry. You're going to get your provision package, and you're going to love it. Moving on to the $50 tier, that's right, we went from $25 to $50 right there. Why do we go so high? Because this tier is a tier where you get to pick one deck, Tsukiyomi or Merlin deck, all up to you. You get to choose one deck, and it's all yours. Yeah, that's right, Jameson. You can get any deck you want, but only one of them at this tier list. $50. Buy now, please, buy now. You don't buy now, I'm gonna cry. You want me to cry? You want me to cry? You want the game show host to cry? That's moving on. We have the $80 tier, which includes all of the above, but instead of having one deck, you now get two. You're gonna choose which two decks you want, and it's entirely up to you. So go for it, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your decks. Have a good time. Have a good place. Do all that kind of goody good stuff. Get your Founders Edition decks out there and have a ball. We have more tiers. We have more tiers. The next tier includes my book, not just the PDF anymore. You get everything above, including my book. Now, this isn't what the book looks like now, but it's what it used to look like. I'm not giving this away because it's garbage. I'm just kidding. I love this copy. But you donate to the Kickstarter, you'll get a book of your own, something like that. A little different looking now, probably, but you'll get one nonetheless. So you get all the above, you get all the digital goodies, the PDF of the book, you get a provisions package, 2 decks. That was number 3 right there. And you get a book of your own. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. That sounds like a great deal to me, doesn't it? All right, now down to the $150 tier. This is where it gets real, folks. You get everything above, plus the book is signed now. That's right, $30 for your signature. I've lost my mind, but I honestly did this, so this would be an even tier list. So I can charge whatever I want for my signature. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our last and final tier list of the day. It's a biggie. You're gonna cry. You're gonna scream. You're gonna poop yourself, possibly. A lot of things are gonna happen to you. Bodily fluid's gonna escape out of your eyes and all your holes and all kinds of good stuff. Because this tier list is gonna blow your socks off, ladies and gentlemen. The $250 tier. Now, what do you get in this tier list? Well, you get everything from above. But this time, you get 2 game boards, 2 decks, 10 provisions packages, 1 book signed, and everything signed, pretty much everything. So you get 10 booster packs instead of just 1, and you get 2 game boards and everything signed. So there you go. That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you wanted, right? That's what you wanted, right? Well, that's good. Okay, so I'm happy for you. So happy. Shipping and handling not included. Thank you, Showbiz Stu. Those are some meaty tiers. A lot of bang for your buck, but that's not all. We'll be doing a raffle for one jackpot tier, and all you have to do is get to any of these tiers and we'll enter you into the raffle, and one lucky son of a gun will win it all. As to when you can get these in your hands, well, after the Kickstarter is funded, obviously. How long after that? Well, I'm a one-man band at the current moment, so I'm hoping I'll start shipping these out within a month or two after the Kickstarter. Give or take, my manufacturer is also super slow, so we'll see. Of course, we'll add some stretch goals as we go along, so stick around and keep your ear to the ground. One stretch goal that is ready to be talked about is the Corporate Overlord's Provisions package, which will come with 15 new cards, a new boss, a whole new kinds of fun and good stuff. If we get the Kickstarter funded, I'll immediately get to work on this goal and get that ready to go. A few notable stretch goals without a price attached yet are the Excommunicated War for the World graphic novel, which is what the first two decks are based off of. I'm still working on the details, but I do know it won't be a month-to-month kind of thing. It will probably be longer than the standard 22-page issues most comics come out in. I just figured it'd be better to get more of something rather than a little bit of something. Something you can read and ogle all you like. So I'm looking at maybe a paperback hardcover series with a new book coming out every 3 to 4 months with about 50, maybe 150 pages, depending on the artist and my output. I do want to have at least 6 books going out, but right now I'm focusing on getting the card game out there, and I'll update you on the here YouTube channel or the Instagram. So do look out for that. The last goal that I want to talk about is a digital one. I want to take this game and take it to put it in computers, consoles, and maybe even your phone. This is definitely not a cheap venture, so this will most likely come at a higher stretch goal, but I really want to get this made, and if you'd like to see it get made, then donate now. Okay, maybe not right now, but whenever you can. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much for watching this video, checking out the Kickstarter, and potentially donating. It really means the world to me, and if you want to get more updates, YouTube is a good place as well as Instagram. I promise I'll get better at updating that more. Otherwise, I'm working on building up the entire team at Xcal here, so if you're also interested in that, don't be afraid to hit me up on one of those platforms. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you on the other side.